जय श्री प्रभुपाद की।
जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय। जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद। प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरु चरण पद्म केवल भक्ति सद्मा। बंधु मोई सावधान मते। बंधु मोई सावधान मते। जहाँ प्रसादे भाई एवो वो तोरिया जाए। कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होते। कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होते। गुरु मुख पद्म क्या सीते ते करिया क्या। आरना करी हो मने आशा। आरना करी हो मने आशा। श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति। से प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा चे प्रसादे पुरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिल जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिल जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेदे गाय जहाँ चरिता वेदे गाय जहाँ चरिता श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु लोकना लोकेर जीवन हाँ हाँ प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पद छाया एबे घुसुक त्रिभुवन एबे घुसुक त्रिभुवन जय प्रभुपद 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 जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदे भक्ति वेदांत नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे नमस्ते जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री चैतन्य नित्यानंद गदाधर श्रीवासदि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम ओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद ओ निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्टुटर शटर श्री श्रीमद अभय चरण अरविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्टुटर शटर श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरवर्धन की। वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगा माई की, जमुना माई की, तुलसी देवी की, श्री श्री जन्माष्टमी महामहोत्सव की। निताय गो प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assemble devotees. All glories to assemble devotees. All glories to assemble devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
हरि बोल। ईश्वरः परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर् गोविंद सर्वकारण कारणम् चिंतामणि प्रकर सद्म सुकल्प वृक्ष लक्षावृतेषु सुरभिरविपालयन्तम् लक्ष्मी सहस्रशत संभ्रम सेव्यमानम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। तमरविन्ददलायताक्षं बर्हावतं समसितं बुधसुन्दरं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। आलोलचन्द्रकलसद्वनमाल्यवंशे रत्नांगदं प्रणयकेलिकलाविलासं श्यामं त्रिभंगललितं नियतप्रकाशं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। अङ्गानि यस्य सकलेन्द्रियवृत्तिमन्ते पश्यन्ति पान्ति कलयन्ति चिरं जगन्ति आनन्दचिन्मयसदुज्ज्वलविग्रहस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिमनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभमात्मभक्तो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। शतवत्सरसम्प्रगम्यो वायोरथापि मनसो मुनिपुङ्गवानां सुप्यस्ति यत्प्रपदसिं न विचिन्ततत्वे गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। एकोऽप्यसौ रचयितुं जगदण्डकोटिं शक्तिरस्ति जगदण्डयतायदन्त अण्डान्तरस्थपरमाणुचयान्तरस्थं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। यद्भावभावितधियो मनुजास्तथैव सम्प्राप्य रूपमहिमासनयानभूष स्तैव मे आनन्दचिन्मयरसा प्रतिभाविताभेस्ताभिर्य एव निजरूपतया कलाभे गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्मभूतो विन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। प्रेमाञ्जनच्छुरितभक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि रामादिमूर्तिशुकलानि यमेन तिष्ठान् नानावतारमकरोद्भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्णः स्वयं समभवत् परमापुमान्यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्य प्रभा प्रभवतो जगदण्डकोटिं तिष्वशेषवसुधादिविभूतिभिन्दं तं न निष्कलमनन्तमशेषभूतं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि माया हि यस्य जगदण्डशतानि सूते त्रैगुण्यतद्विषयवेदवितायमाना सत्त्वावलम्बि परसत्त्वविशुद्धसत्त्वं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आनन्दचिन्मयरसात्मतया मनसो यः प्राणिनां प्रतिफलं स्मरतामुपेत्य लीलायितेन भुवनानि जयत्यजस्रं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य देवी महेशहरिधाम सुतेषु तेषु ते प्रभावनिचया विहिताश्रयेण गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयसाधनशक्तिरेखा छायेव यस्य भुवनानि बिभर्ति दुर्गा इच्छानुरूपमपि यस्य च चेष्टते सा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि क्षीरं यथा दधिविकारविशेषयोगात् दशान्तरमभ्युपेत्य दीपायते विवृतहेतुसमानधर्म यस्ताद्रगेव हि च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यः कारणार्णवजले भजति स्म योग निद्रामनन्तजगदण्डसरोमकूप आधारशक्तिमप्रलम्ब्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्यैकनिश्वसितकालमथावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविलजा जगदण्डनाथ विष्णुर्महान् स हि यस्य कलाविशेषो हरे कृष्ण
दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
यस्मिन्द्रगोपमतवेन्द्रमहो स्वकर्मा
बन्धानुरूपफलभाजमातनोते कर्माणि निर्दहति किन्तु च भक्तिभाजा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यं क्रोधकामसहजः प्रणयादिभीति वात्सल्यमोहगुरुगौरवसेव्यभावै यञ्चिन्ततस्य सदृशं तनुमापुरेते गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि श्रेयः कान्तः कान्तः परमपुरुषः कल्पतरवो द्रुमा भूमिश्चिन्तामणिगणमयि तोयममृतं कथागानं नाट्यं गमनपि वंशी प्रियसखी चिदानन्दं ज्योतिः परमपि तदास्वाद्यमपि च यत्र चिराब्धि सर्वते सुरभियश्च सुमहान् निमेषेर्धाख्यो वा व्रजति नहि यत्रापि समय भजे श्वेतद्वीपं तमहं इहं गोलोकमिति यं विन्दन्तस्ते सन्तः क्षितिविरलः चाराकतिपये। श्री श्री ब्रह्म संहिता की।
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe Sham Sham Radhe Radhe Sham Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Shyam Jaya Jaya Sri Vrindavan Dham Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Gaura Premanande
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So on occasion of Krishna Janmashtami, we welcome all the devotees for this wonderful morning Srimad Bhagavatam class by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Before Maharaj begins his lecture, we would like to honor few devotees who have helped us tremendously in the last few months, and we would request His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj to offer token of appreciation on behalf of Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir to all of these wonderful souls. We would first like to call upon Mr. Ajay Piramal. He has come forward, and Piramal Foundation has taken responsibility of several projects at Govardhan Eco Village, including the Vrindavan Forest. We would like to invite Vikram Dahiya and Mataji to come forward, and both of them have adopted the Bhaktivedanta Vidyapit Research Center at Govardhan Eco Village. Haribol! We would like to invite the Khandwala family. All the members from the Khandwala family are requested to come forward and accept this offering from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Haribo! Thank you so much. We would like to call upon Dimple Nahar, Mataji and family to come forward. Haribo! Like to call upon Ramesh, Nahar, Rishabh and Yogita and family to come forward. Haribo. I'd like to call upon Jalpa Lukhi Mataji and family, all Lukhi family, all the members of the Lukhi family, please come. आइए, बाकी सभी फैमिली के लोग आ जाइए. So they have adopted the Govardhan Anna Kshetra, the free food distribution at Govardhan Eco Village. Sister-in-law. Like to call upon Pramila, Vedanta and Megha Agarwal from the Agarwal family to come forward. And they have been doing the service of sponsoring the halwa during Janmashtami for last 20 years. May I call upon Hiralal Sangvi ji, Madhu Sangvi and family. Please come forward. Haribo! May I call upon Parampara Priya Prabhu and family to come forward. Parampara Priya Prabhu's family, yeah, please come. May I call upon Vishal Goyal Prabhu and family. A loud round of applause, please. Continue. May I call upon Satish and Sarita Patwari Mataji. Request on behalf of Jayanti Purohit and family, may I request Vikram Prabhu to please come forward. May I May I call upon Pitambar Gauranga Prabhu and family to please come forward and accept this. Ranganath Prabhu and family, Ranganath Prabhu and family to please come forward. May I call upon Narpat Prabhu on behalf of Marwadi Vaishnav Samaj for having adopted the Govardhan Goshala at Govardhan Eco Village. May I call upon Vamsidhar Prabhu and family to come forward. May I call upon Mathura Vaibhav Prabhu and family to come forward. So thank you very much, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, for sparing your time for doing this exercise. And we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for helping us and supporting all of our different projects. And we invite all of you to participate enthusiastically in today's Janmashtami festival. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janaballabha Giri Faradhari Gopi Janaballabha Giri Faradhari Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Thira Panachari Jamuna Thira Panachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janaballabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Janaballabha Giri Varadhari Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana যমুনা তীরা বনচারী যমুনা তীরা বনচারী জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अस्थोतर सत श्री श्रीमद ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अस्थोतर सत श्री श्रीमद शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंति कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मई की जय। यमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ete chang shakala pungsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridyanti Yuge Yuge Ete chang sakala pungsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indradi Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti yuge yuge. Ete chang sakala pungsa. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam. Mridayanti yuge yuge. Ladies. Ete, all these, cha, and amsa, plenary portions, kala, portions of the plenary portions, pungsha, of the Supreme, Krishna, Lord Krishna, two, but Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Swayam, in person, Indra Adi, the enemies of Indra, Vyakulam, disturbed, Lokam, all the planets, Mridayanti, gives protection, Yuge Yuge, in different ages. All the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Purport by His divine grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In this particular stanza, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is distinguished from other incarnations. He is counted amongst the avatars, incarnations, because out of his causeless mercy, the Lord descends from his transcendental abode. Avatar means one who descends. All the incarnations of the Lord, including the Lord himself, descend on the different planets of the material world, as also in different species of life to fulfill particular missions. Sometimes he comes himself, and sometimes his different plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions, or his differentiated portions, directly or indirectly empowered by him, descend on this material world to execute certain specific functions. Originally, the Lord is full in all opulences, all prowess, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation. When they are partly manifested through the plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions, it should be noted that certain manifestations of his different powers are required for those particular functions. When in the room small electric bulbs are displayed, it does not mean that the electric powerhouse is limited by the small bulbs. The same powerhouse can supply power to operate large-scale industrial dynamos with greater volts. Similarly, the incarnations of the Lord display limited powers because so much power is needed at that particular time. For example, Lord Parasuram and Lord Narasingha displayed unusual opulence by killing the disobedient Kshatriyas 21 times and killing the greatly powerful atheist Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was so powerful that even the demigods and other planets would tremble simply by the unfavorable rising of his eyebrow. The demigods in the higher level of material existence many, many times excel the most well-to-do human beings in duration of life, beauty, wealth, paraphernalia, and in all respects. Still, they were afraid of Hiranyakashipu. Thus, we could simply imagine how powerful Hiranyakashipu was in this material world. But even Hiranyakashipu was cut into small pieces by the nails of Lord Narasingha. This means that anyone materially powerful cannot stand the strength of the Lord's nails. Similarly, Jamadagnya displayed the Lord's power to kill all the disobedient kings powerfully situated in their respective states. The Lord's empowered incarnation Narada and plenary incarnation Varaha, as well as indirectly empowered Lord Buddha, created faith in the mass of people. The incarnations of Ram and Dhanvantari displayed his fame, and Balaram, Mohini, and Vamana exhibited his beauty. Dattatreya, Matsya, Kumar, and Kapila exhibited his transcendental knowledge. Narayan exhibited his renunciation. So all the different incarnations of the Lord directly or indirectly manifested different features. But Lord Krishna, the primeval Lord, exhibited the complete features of Godhead. and thus it is confirmed that he is the source of all other incarnations. And the most extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Sri Krishna was his internal, energetic manifestation of his pastimes with the cowherd girls. His pastimes with the gopis are all displays of transcendental existence, bliss, and knowledge. Although these are manifested apparently as sex love, the specific attraction of his pastimes with the gopis should never be misunderstood. The Bhagavatam relates these transcendental pastimes in the 10th canto, and in order to reach the position to understand the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, the Bhagavatam promotes the student gradually in 9 other cantos. According to Sri Jiva Goswami's statement, in accordance with authoritative sources, Lord Krishna is the source of all other incarnations. It is not that Lord Krishna has any source of incarnation. All the symptoms of the supreme truth are in full are present in the person of Lord Sri Krishna. And in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord emphatically declares that there is no truth greater than or equal to himself. In this stanza, the word Swayam is particularly mentioned to confirm that Lord Krishna has no other source than himself. Although in other places the incarnations are described as Bhagavan because of their specific functions, nowhere are they declared to be the Supreme Personality. In this stanza, the word Swayam signifies the supremacy as the Samam Bonam. The Samam Bonam Krishna is one without a second. He himself has expanded himself in various parts, portions, and particles as Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakash, Tad Ekatma, Prabhava, Vaibhava, Vilas, Avatar, Avesh, and Jivas, all provided with innumerable energies just suitable to the respective persons and personalities. Learned scholars in transcendental subjects have carefully analyzed the Samam Bonam, Krishna, to have 64 principal attributes. All the expansions or categories of the Lord possess only some percentages of these attributes. But Sri Krishna is the possessor of the attributes cent percent, and his personal expansions such as Swayam Prakash and Tad Ekatma, up to the category of the avatars, who are all Vishnu Tattva, possess up to 93% of these transcendental attributes. Lord Shiva, who is neither avatar nor avesh, nor in between them, possesses almost 84% of the attributes. But the jivas, or the individual living beings in different statuses of life, possess up to the limit of 78% of the attributes. In the conditioned state of material existence, the living being possesses these attributes in very minute quantity, varying in terms of the pious life of the living being. The most perfect of living beings is Brahma, the supreme administrator of one universe. He possesses 78% of the attributes in full. All other demigods have the same attributes in less quantity, whereas human beings possess the attributes in very minute quantity. The standard of perfections for a human being is to develop the attributes up to 78% in full. The living being can never possess attributes like Lord Shiva, Vishnu, or Lord Krishna. A living being can become godly by developing the 78% transcendental attributes in fullness, but he can never become God like Shiva, Vishnu, or Krishna. He can become a Brahma in due course. The godly living beings, who are all residents of the planets in the spiritual world, are eternal associates of God in different spiritual planets called Haridham and Maheshdham. The abode of the Lord, Krishna, above all spiritual planets, is called Krishna Loka, or Goloka Vrindavan. And the perfected living being, by developing 78% of the above attributes in fullness, can enter the planet of Krishna Loka after leaving the present material body. Om Gyantimidandasya Gyananjanatsalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Judha Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahakana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Atithanam Bhavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Happy Janmashtami. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, entitled Krishna is the Source of All Incarnations, Text 28. I am very grateful and very happy to be with you once again, Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple. This particular verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam has been quoted extensively over the centuries by the greatest of the acharyas or self-realized souls. Because so succinctly and clearly it reveals the unique greatness of Krishna. We read in Srimad Bhagavatam that Vyasadeva, who is literary incarnation of the Supreme Lord, he descended in this world out of the mercy of the Lord. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstapanayataya sambhavami juge juge. That the supreme truth, the cause of all causes, the source of everything that exists, the father, the mother of all living beings, the proprietor of all existence, the ultimate controller, descends into this world out of mercy, compassion. Ultimately, Krishna, who is Atmarama, who is eternally self-satisfied, comes to this world out of love for every being, to reestablish the true principles of religion, to annihilate ignorance, and to protect and restore the devotion, the love, the dharma, Sanatan Dharma within the hearts. So as Vyasadeva, Krishna especially came to give us the Vedic literatures. And what a vast, magnanimous mission that was. Srila Vedavyas, he took Veda and divided it into four. Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda. He explained them very deeply in philosophical terms in the Upanishads, taking the essence of various histories of creations. He wrote the Puranas, the Itihastas, like Mahabharata. Mahabharata alone is over 100,000 verses. He empowered his students as well as himself to write various smritis, shrutis, and summarized all of them as the Vedanta Sutra. But we read in the text of Srimad Bhagavatam that Vyasadeva himself, and he's writing about himself. It's kind of autobiographical. He was living in his hermitage in Badrikashram. Not the Badrikashram that human beings can drive to. This is high in the Adi Badri, high in the Himalayas. And there, sitting on the banks of the Saraswati River, he was feeling an emptiness. How is that possible? No one in history of this existence has ever achieved such literary genius accomplishments as Vyasadeva. Why would he feel that he hasn't done his service properly? Simple reason. Because of his genuine, deep care for all of us. He wants to give the deepest happiness to everyone. Srila Prabhupada would often cite the Vedic line, Sarve Sukhito Bhavantu, that the purpose of all Vedic knowledge is very simple. Let everyone be happy. But what is happiness? Vyasadeva explained all the various incarnations of the Lord. He explained so many philosophical principles. He explained the nature of the soul, the nature of the Supreme Soul, the nature of karma, everything. But still, there was something missing in his heart. I haven't done enough. And even Srila Vyasadeva could not understand what that was. So he was sitting in a state of deep meditation. After accomplishing all of this, after providing all this literature, this knowledge, this history to the world, why do I feel unfulfilled? And it was at that time that Narada Muni appeared and told him the reason is you have not elaborately explained in detail the incarnation and the pastimes of Krishna. You have explained Krishna, but you haven't gone deep into the Vrindavan pastimes of Krishna, into the loving relationships of Krishna with his devotees. You haven't established that supreme, unique, original role of Krishna among incarnations. And in your other literatures, you have described the process of self-realization at different stages. And you've explained pure love of God, prema bhakti. But they're mixed up with desires for better material enjoyment, elevation to higher planets, attainment of mystic yogic powers, liberation. Worship of God is there in scriptures all over the world. The supreme almighty power of the absolute truth. Nityo nityanam chaitanas chaitanam eko bahunam yovidadati kaman. That there is one supreme truth. And there are many other part and parcel truths, the jivas, who are all subordinate to that one supreme truth. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam, that this whole material existence is working under my direction. Krishna is Shaktiman. The Supreme Godhead is the source of all energies. And the jiva, the part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna defines this in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamayavam so jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. We are all part of Krishna. Jivera swarupoy krishnera nityadas. Therefore we are all eternally the servants of the Supreme. And as Tatashta Shakti, every spirit soul has the choice, the free will, to either be subordinate to Krishna's divine spiritual energy in ecstatic love, or under his material energy, where we fall under the illusion that my happiness will be by being a proprietor, a controller, and an enjoyer of temporary material situations. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Krishna clearly tells, in this material world, unless we understand how everything is the energy of the Lord to be used in the loving service of the Lord, then those very things, to whatever extent we become attached to them, are inevitable sources of misery. Because they're temporary. Nashato vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate shata. Truth is that which has no cessation, no end. So Vedavyas gave us all this information. But Narada Muni explained that you have not yet given a literature that exclusively describes unconditional, unmotivated, pure love for Krishna, for God. And one of the basic foundational verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, Savai Pong Sang Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Hokshache Ahoitiki Apratiyata Yayatma Suprasidati. The supreme Dharma is that which awakens from within our hearts loving devotional service to the Supreme. Such bhakti must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. Narada told Vyasa, you write this book now, Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Purana, which exclusively deals with the very heart and essence and purpose of all Vedic knowledge. Vedanta Sutra is the summary study of the essence of all the knowledge of all the Vedic literatures, and Srimad Bhagavatam is commentary, wherein you describe at the summum bonum, the culmination of all knowledge, the beautiful pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna. Here in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva is describing the glories of so many various incarnations that have come in this world. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutamang adharmasya tadatmanam srijamya. Who have come according to time, place, and circumstance, again and again, to reestablish the true principles of Dharma. And Krishna tells in Gita, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vedi tattvada tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mametu sorjana. One who understands my transcendental nature, appearance, and activities in this world never takes birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode. So all these various incarnations that are described by Vyasadeva are transcendental descents out of the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And if we can understand the appearance and activities, the transcendental nature of any of these incarnations, we never take birth again in this world. We attain liberation. We attain eternal loving service for the Lord. When we read about Varahadev, who lifts the earth so effortlessly, of Narasimhadev, such power, such mercy, such kindness. We read about Mahavishnu, who creates the entire cosmic manifestation by his breathing, who impregnates the entire cosmos with living beings by his glance. So many different incarnations are described. How the Lord is situated within the heart of every living being as the witness. How he's situated in and between every atomic particle. We read about Lord Ramchandra. So many different beautiful stories are summarized here by Vyasadeva. And he culminates with this verse. Of all these glorious avatars, who are all plenary portions or portions of plenary portions of the Lord, Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. What does that mean, original? Lord Brahma, who is the original father and guru of all living beings within our universe, he offered this prayer, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. That Krishna is Param Ishwar. He is the supreme controller of all controllers. His body is not a material object. His body is pure spiritual, eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. He's the original cause of all causes and the source of everything that exists. Govindam Adi Purusham Dhammam Bhajami. And here we find in the Srimad Bhagavatam 9 cantos, describes in much depth many of the most prominent incarnations throughout the history of so many creations. And under the direction of Narada Muni, Vedavyas reveals the most intimate secrets of his heart in the culmination of the 10th canto, which begins with Janmashtami, the appearance of Krishna. When it is said, Govindam Adi Purusham Dhammaham Bhajami, that Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead, this is not the way our scientists, our engineers, our mathematicians calculate original. Because when we speak about that which is eternal, it's not chronological based on the limitations of time, of who came first. Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Prabhupada is quoting here that all the various incarnations of the truth, the absolute truth that descend into this world, manifest particular degrees of the supreme unlimited opulence of the Lord. Aishwaryasya samagarasya viryasya yashashashriya jnana vairagyaschaiva sanam bhaga itingana. Prabhupada quotes this verse in this purport. Bhagavan means one who possesses all opulences, excellences in full. Beauty, knowledge, strength, fame, wealth, and renunciation. And when Krishna appears in various avatars in this world, according to the need, according to the circumstance, and according to his own sweet will, he manifests certain quantity and quality of these opulences. And Krishna is called Adi Govinda, Adi Purusha, because as Krishna, he reveals all of these opulences to the fullest degree. And in the spiritual world eternally, Krishna reveals, he manifests and shares his fullest, richest, supreme qualities with his devotees. Srila Prabhupada, he quoted that one time, I believe it was a person from Germany. He came to try to understand who is God. And he lived in India for some years, and he was traveling throughout the whole country. And he came to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And he said, I have seen the different aspects of God. Some are holding bows and arrows, some are holding choppers and swords, some are using their nails. There are so many different deities and so many different forms of God. And I understand there's one supreme truth. They are all manifestations of this one God. But I have come to the conclusion that Krishna is supreme because he's playing his flute. God is happier playing flute than just destroying irreligion and killing demons and speaking philosophies. He's simply enjoying. He must be the most complete. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, yes, this is Krishna. In the spiritual world of Goloka, he's simply giving pleasure to his devotees. There's just Madhurya Dham, the sweetest love. Krishna's greatest power is his beauty. The name Krishna means all attractive, supremely attractive. In Vrindavan, there's a very famous story on bank of Yamuna, Kamadev, Cupid. This powerful energy personified, who keeps everyone in the entire cosmic manifestation illusioned by attractive desires. And he personifies with his arrows. When it goes into your heart, it bewilders you. Madana is one who bewilders, one who keeps people in illusion. So he came to Vrindavan on bank of Yamuna and took his most powerful, most effective of all arrows to shoot at Krishna to see what he could do. And when he aimed it at Krishna and saw Krishna's beauty, and Kamadev really knows what beauty is. When he looked at Krishna, he was so attracted to Krishna, he fell unconscious, in ecstasy. Therefore, Krishna's Madan Mohan. Madana bewilders everyone, but Krishna bewilders Madana and everyone else. Srila Rupa Goswami, he offers a simple warning in his prayer that if you are attached to all these material things that everyone is attached to, don't go to Keshi Ghat on bank of Yamuna, because there Govinda is standing playing his flute in the moonlight. And when you become attracted to his beauty, param dristvani vartate, then how can we be attached to anything else? That is Krishna. In Krishna's beautiful Leela, Mahavishnu, the original Purusha of the cosmic manifestation, the entire creation is manifested from Mahavishnu. He's the super soul of material existence with its innumerable universes. But Vyasadeva tells us in one beautiful story, he takes away little children of a Brahmin. And the Brahmin was so upset with Maharaj Ugrasena, the king of Dwarka, that you are the king, you are responsible for the well-being of others. Why my children are dying? And it's a beautiful story. But Arjuna, to protect the dignity of Ugrasena, he says, I will protect your next child. Otherwise I will enter fire. And the child died. Krishna said, come with me. We'll get the child. And they went all the way to Mahavishnu, Karunadakshayi Vishnu. And Karunadakshayi Vishnu said, actually, I kidnapped the children. Why would Mahavishnu kidnap little children in one little tiny universe? He explained the reason. He said, because I knew, you always protect your devotees. So to protect Arjuna, I knew you would come here. I just wanted to see you. I wanted to close up witness your transcendental beauty and sweetness. Indra thought he was very powerful. And he is very powerful. If you came face to face with Indra and he was angry with you, all you could do is take shelter of Krishna. But he sent the clouds of destruction down to Vrindavan. We cannot understand. We are all thinking how difficult it is living in the monsoons of Mumbai. Sometimes it floods and the sewers back up and everything, how terrible this is, how devastating it is. But these are just little clouds. The clouds that Indra sent are the clouds at the time of devastation. It floods the entire planet. The whole world becomes an ocean. Very quickly. He sent those clouds. And here's little Krishna. He's just playing the role of a little cowherd boy. He's only 7 years old. And he doesn't look too much older than that either. And he tells Nanda Maharaj, what are you doing this Indra Puja for? Nanda Maharaj says, we do this every year. It's because Indra gives us rain and we depend on the rain because we are agriculturalists taking care of cows. Krishna wanted to purify the ego of Indra. He said, no need. According to our karma, we're going to get rain. Indra just has to provide what your destiny is. So let us offer all this food and all these pujas, these articles of worship, to Govardhan Hill, to the Brahmins and to the cows. Nanda Maharaj, Krishna, whatever makes you happy, we will do. So Krishna was happy, and everyone was happy, except Indra. He was insulted.